everybody, thanks for joining and tuning in. This is a story time video. You guys can get whatever you need, your glass of wine, or whatever it is you need to get comfortable, because this is a story that is basically about a guy that gaslit me and strung me along for months. So yeah, that lasted way longer than it needed to be. And if you are also in a situation where you feel like you're being gaslit, listen to this story and by the end of it you'll know. So this is for all my ladies or my gentlemen, whoever is going through a situation where they're in a relationship like this. Here are the warning signs. Do not be like me and ignore them and think that, you know, it's just something minor, that you can look past this. Please don't look past these warning signs. Please learn from me. Boom, this is how I met him. I went online, and I know I probably shouldn't have done this, but I downloaded this app. I saw it on Instagram. It was like advertised. It's called BLK. So there I go. I go download the app, and you know, there's a lot of different guys. Unfortunately, not a lot that are nearby. A lot of them were in the States. I'm really close geographically to the States, so that's probably why. And the guys that I was finding, I was not interested in them. I didn't feel like there was a lot of potential for a long-lasting relationship with these types of men that I was seeing. So yeah, you know, didn't have much luck. I did you know, speak to a couple people, and eventually I met this guy. We're gonna call him damn, I have to think of a name to give him. I should have thought of this earlier, but I will call him, I'm gonna just call him Dude, because Dude is going to be irrelevant soon. So I'm just going to share the story, and I'm just gonna call the guy that I met on BLK Dude. So me and Dude match with each other. Actually, the reason why we match is because he gave me like a super like. I don't know, there's this way that you can give people super likes, and I also had the option to do that. I used it once by accident, and then after that there was no more. So I think you have to pay for them. Now that I look back, I'm wondering, like, did he pay for this? Because there's no way you just used your only single one on me. But that, I don't know, who knows. So anyways, he like super likes me, right? And I was like, oh, okay, someone super liked me, let me just, so we match. Right away, we get to talking and learning a little bit about him, but I don't really know that much yet. We matched at night, and I found out that he works a shift work. So he was doing a night shift, and then he was on his way home from work. Eventually, he told me that he gets a ride from his female colleague, and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, like, you know, it's whatever. And yeah, that wasn't a red flag to me. So we keep talking, and he lives like a few towns over. Driving to his town would probably be 45 minutes, and that was the only downside. So it kind of feels like I'm in a long distance relationship, because I can't just, you know, go there so fast. So fast forwarding a little bit more, we made plans to see each other, and unfortunately, like, the first time we're seeing each other, I have to go to his town. But at the same time, I really didn't mind, because I care about my security. And yeah, I really didn't mind going to his town. I felt a little bit better, like, oh, if I just go there, I can easily just leave, and he doesn't know where I live and all these. I just thought it was safer for some reason for me to go there. So that's exactly what I did. On a weekend, I go to see him, and the reason why, another reason why I had to go there was because he works shift work, of course. He's usually working every single weekend, unlike me, who has weekends off all the time. So yeah, I went over to see him while he was at work. I would just stay at the Airbnb that he had got us, and he would just come after work. So in my head, I'm thinking this is a really good plan. For some reason, I thought, like, you know, it made sense because we had already been talking for, let's say, like a month or two, and I felt pretty comfortable meeting this stranger. Fast forward a little bit more, I'm at the Airbnb. I let him know, like, we're texting this whole time. That's the thing too, he is just like a really good texter. He calls you know, every morning on the weekends. He even would call me in the morning, like FaceTime me during the week. But I have this thing where I just like to get ready like really quickly without being on FaceTime, because if I'm on FaceTime, I'm not getting ready pretty fast. So I have to be in the zone by myself. But yeah, he was really good at communicating. So anyways, I'm at the Airbnb. He wants to get me dinner. So he like Uber Eats, delivers food from Boston Pizza, and you know, I ate, and then I took a shower, and after my shower I was just planning on, you know, getting ready a little bit, like just putting on a little bit of makeup and wearing something that's not pajamas. But before I even had the chance to do that, I hear the front door opening, and I'm like, oh.
He arrived an hour early when I was getting out the shower, and he didn't even tell me. He didn't even give me any notification about anything. So yeah, I was really, really shocked when he just opened the door and let himself in.
Dude just opening the door and letting himself in. And the way that this Airbnb was set up was, it's like a big house. You go into the house, and then there's a hallway, but there's like different doors to like section off or divide the house. So you go through this hall, you open one door, and then there's like, I guess, a unit, and that's the unit that I was in. So I didn't hear the first door, I only heard the second door. And then boom, when you open the door, you're right into the living area, which was also the bedroom, and the bathroom was like straight ahead. But I left the bathroom door open because I didn't feel the need to close it since no one was home. So as he opened the door, he can see directly in, and I'm in the bathroom in my towel. I was upset. I was so upset because he didn't even text me that he was on his way. He didn't give me any notification that he was near. He just walked on in. And yeah, I was thrown off. So he was so excited to see me. He was like, wow, you're so beautiful, you're so this, you're so amazing. And he just like wants to grab me, and he wants to like kiss me. And I was so opposite of that, because you just walked in on me. It doesn't even have anything to do with like well, I guess it does have something to do with him as a person, but I was like offended, because I don't think you should walk in on any woman like that. I think you should knock on the door and like let it be known that you're walking into the room. So I was like really upset, and I didn't even let him kiss me. Like, I did not let him kiss me. I was just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then he was like, what? He was like, what? You're beautiful. And I was like, thank you. Like, I know, like, I was trying to be respectful, because like, again, I've been talking for dude for like a month or two. So it's like, I feel like I know him, you know? I feel like we know each other. Him and I, we had a decent night. In the morning, we went for breakfast, and we're just talking a lot about our lives and, you know, past experiences, what we want in the future, just things like that, you know, people who are starting a relationship should really talk about. So we did talk about all of that, and he seems like a really, really nice guy. The only thing was that it felt like he was in love with me. Like, it felt like he was head over heels over me, just saying all the right things, doing the right things. And yeah, it was only a short moment that we had, because he like works these shifts like crazy. And so after breakfast, we hung out at the park until we had to call the Uber so that I can go home. And he was going to go to work. So that was the first time meeting each other. After that, he still texted me like crazy, just being super affectionate. And then eventually he goes on to telling me that he loves me. From that moment, he now loves me. When he first told me, I really didn't think that he was serious. Like, you know how some people say, oh, I love you. Like, it's not that serious, you know? I didn't want to say it back because I knew he was just, you know, head over heels and he wasn't thinking straight, basically. So he just says, I love you. I tell him that love is just really intense and I don't know if I feel the same way. And he said to me not to worry because he feels like I will love him too. So he doesn't really mind the fact that I'm not super in love, and I'm not like a lustful person, so I won't say I love you that quickly or even at all, maybe, you know. So anyways, he now loves me apparently, and it's really hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that someone loves me this much and appreciates me and cares to talk to me every single day, because like I said, he calls me, FaceTimes me all the time, and he doesn't just like regular call. It must be FaceTime. If it's not a FaceTime call, then he gets really upset. He's like, well, why can't I see you? Because this is a long distance type of relationship, right? So he wants to make sure that he can see me all the time, and even when I don't feel like showing my face, because let's say it's the next thing in the morning, I barely got any sleep, and I can feel my eyes sunken in the back of my head. Those times I don't want to put my camera on, and then he gets really upset about it. So near the end, like once I start telling him that I don't want to do FaceTime and I'll just call him on regular phone, this is when I can start seeing like a change in his attitude. He starts getting really upset and he starts treating me like we're not close anymore. So time still goes by, and he came to see me. So he comes to see me, we stay at my place. It's, you know, again, really, really nice. We go out for dinner when he arrives. We go to the grocery store, we pick up like snacks and things like that. You know, we have a good night, and then the morning comes and, you know, he has to leave a few hours later because of work. So we don't get to spend a lot of time together because of work. And eventually, as another month goes by, he's just always working. And he, oh, I forgot to mention, when I first met him, he did mention that he is in some sort of, he's doing this program because he's actually not a Canadian citizen. He is from out of the country, right? And so he's working on his citizenship, and he has to do some like verbal and written tests, something like that, and he had to go to Vancouver to do it. So you know, after me going to see him coming to see me, a few months, you know, have went by, and now it's time for him to go to Vancouver to take the test. And at first, when he told me early on, I didn't really say like much about it. I was like, okay, that's cool, like you have to do your thing. But after months of speaking to someone, you would think that, you know, you can go on trips together. So we both live in a province not too far from Vancouver. Actually, we live in the same province as Vancouver, but we don't live like driving distance from there. It's a bit of a drive, so he wants to fly, right? I asked him, I said, why can't I come to Vancouver with you? Like, that would be so cute. And then he's like, oh no, this is for my school. It has to be that I'm going on like, you know, school terms, and I can't fool around because I really need to pass this test. And I say to him, oh, well, like, and he also said that I couldn't go because I have work, which the test was apparently done on the Monday, and he went for the weekend. I don't really know. So I told him, I'm like, I don't work on the weekend. I can come on the weekend. And he was so adamant about, oh, it's for school. It's really serious. I can't be bothered. I need to focus so I can pass this test. And I said, okay. But then as it came closer and closer to the time that he had to leave, I really didn't understand why I couldn't go. And so, boom, now he's in Vancouver. He's doing his test. And, you know, he's not FaceTiming me anymore. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to FaceTime. He says that, you know, we can just talk on the phone because he's busy and he has to study. That makes no sense to me. He barely wanted to talk on the phone with me and he's barely texting me because apparently when he's doing his thing, it takes like hours. He would not text me for 5 hours straight because he had to study, or he was in the middle of the exam and he couldn't have his phone out. And then at nighttime, when he would normally FaceTime me, he refused to pick up the FaceTime call. So I knew something was fishy, but I didn't really understand it because he would FaceTime me at random times. Like, let's say after he was done his test, he would be in a Tim Hortons and then he would FaceTime me and be like, oh yeah, I just finished my exam, I'm getting food now, I'll talk to you later. And I'll be like, oh, okay, you know, like he's out, he's in a Timmy's. Okay, that kind of makes sense, you know. It didn't really make sense to me. I don't really know what he was doing. I saw like no evidence because I barely got to see him on FaceTime, but I didn't really see anything super suspicious. So maybe it's just me being traumatic. I should just give him his space and let him do what he needs to do so he can pass. So I basically let it slide because I thought it was me being crazy. Anyway, so he comes back and I'm kind of salty about the fact that he never let me go with him. So I'm kind of giving him attitude, basically like just showing him that I'm not pleased with him, but he's still being really, really nice, doing all the right things, saying all the right things. And time and time goes. Let's say a week or two goes by, and so we're on a FaceTime call at night and he's getting like notifications, and I could just hear like buzzing and buzzing. So I asked him about it. I was like, oh, you're getting a lot of buzzes there, like that's more than usual, it's a lot. And then he says to me, oh, like don't be extra, don't be insecure. And I'm like, whoa. The moment you start saying don't be insecure about me asking you about like notification dings that I can hear, that's when I know that there's a really big problem, because no one's being insecure, hunty. I'm asking you why at nighttime you're getting so many notifications. So eventually, because I'm asking him so much, he goes on to tell me that back home someone needs money. So he's talking to someone that is back home that can help transfer the funds to his relative at home that needs money. Why can't you just use like those places that, you know, like Remitly, like you can do those transfers that send the money to the country? And he was like, yeah, but they take out a fee. And I was like, good point, like that does make a lot of sense. So then I'm like, okay, well, like how long does that take? Because I've been hearing this ding. And then so he goes on to send me a screenshot of the conversation, but he speaks French, right? He's bilingual, so French is like his first language or whatever, so everything is in French. And I'm like, why are you sending me this is in French, like, you know, I don't speak French or whatever. I really never asked him for a screenshot, but he was really adamant about sending me a screenshot. So I was like, okay, well, thanks. And then hours still go by and he's still getting these notifications. So I was like, I just know he's talking to someone else, and my defense immediately like just went up, and I just stopped believing anything he said. And so eventually, you know, weeks go by and him and I are barely texting, we're barely in communication, but the only thing he would say to me like consistently would be good morning, basically. And then eventually I just started taking hours responding to him because he would be doing the same thing to me. But during this whole time, he's still saying, I love you, I miss you, things like that. And here comes the time now where it is my birthday. Okay, so we had planned to hang out on my birthday. My birthday is December 24th. Most people cannot hang out on my birthday because they're with their family, or if you have to work, I get it, right? But he specifically told me that he would take my birthday off and he would come to my town. We would hang out for my birthday. And so we would do gift exchanges. I made sure that I had a gift for him. And he was asking me what I wanted for my birthday, what I wanted for Christmas. So I told him that I want these candies. It's called Silky Gem candies. These candies I've never tried before, but it was like, you know, hyped on TikTok or whatever. I just really wanted to try these damn Silky Gem candies. And I told him, I was like, I want these Silky Gem candy boxes. I don't care which one you get me. I just want to try it. If you can't get me the Silky Gems, then I need a new straightener. And he's like, okay, what kind of straightener? And I made sure to screenshot the exact straightener that I wanted. and the website for the silky gem, so he knows exactly where to order it, right? So here we're coming closer to Christmas, and I asked him, I said, did you buy your ticket so that you can come and see me? And he said no. And I was like, what? Why? And he says, oh, I have to work on your birthday. And I was like, you told me you were booking it off. So the whole time he was just saying sweet nothings and did not book off the time to come and see me. He had no intentions on coming to see me for my birthday. He told me that he had to work. And I said, so you're working on Christmas Day too? He said, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't come because I'm working and I'm so sorry. And I said, I was really, really upset. That is really what made me say, like, F you, you know, like, F you, because you really just played with me. Like, you told me you're gonna come see me on my birthday, and now you're telling me you're not. So I gave him the ultimatum. I said, if I don't see you on my birthday, then I'm never talking to you again. And he was like, no, please don't say that to me. You can't say that. Please believe me. I love you. I miss you. I want to do everything for you. And like the way he was begging, like, and he was so adamant about the fact that it's just because of work, and he had no say or anything. Anyways, I'm just upset. I'm like over the whole relationship. I'm over him. I've had enough. I don't believe a thing he says. He's still telling me that he loves me. Still. On my birthday now, I'm upset with him, but he tells me that, you know, he still loves me, whatever. So he calls me for my birthday. He says happy birthday and all is well, right? Like, he delivers me some stuff to eat for dinner. Next day is Christmas. I FaceTime him and we're talking, you know, we're talking on FaceTime. Why is it that he's like home just chilling, and I'm like, wait a minute, doesn't he have to get ready for work? Doesn't he have to go to work? I ask him, aren't you gonna get ready for work? And he says he doesn't have work today. Huh? What? You don't have work today? No way. Let me just back this up right here. So you're telling me, and let me tell you guys, he finished work early on my birthday, the 24th. He finished work early, and the next day, Christmas Day, which he did not have work, so he could have came. So he told me, he ended up telling me that the reason he wasn't here on Christmas Day is because he wanted to be alone. He wanted to be alone on Christmas Day. After he's been telling me he wants to see me on my birthday, he misses me, we're gonna do all this stuff on my birthday. I had a really nice dinner planned for us, because he's saying that he's gonna be here on my birthday, and I said, okay, we're just gonna have a birthday dinner, or if not, we'll go out. And it's literally a day before Christmas. Who really wants to go out and do all this stuff, you know? I was like, we can just chill. So luckily I didn't prepare any dinner. Luckily I didn't. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to do what feels right. So luckily I didn't do any of the prepping for dinner. I didn't do any of that because I'm just like, I'm going to do what feels right. And right now I'm feeling kind of lazy for some reason. So I won't prep any dinner. So yeah, he wants to be alone. That's why he's not here for Christmas. And I just thought of that song, like, I'll be home for Christmas, you know? And I was just like, damn, he really doesn't want to be here for Christmas. Like, he just chooses not to be here. So I was like, bet, I am a single woman. So I became, at that moment, a single woman. And he had no idea of that. Long story short, I kept talking to him. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to play with him because he was playing with me. So I just wanted to, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to play with him because he wasted my time. So I just wanted to also waste some of his time. You know, I was upset, but I didn't really, like, I was just more upset about the fact that he was wasting my time. Like, if he didn't want to be serious with me, he could have said that. I was his queen or whatever. He would call me that a lot. He would just say, like, oh, my queen, you know, my baby, my princess, and things like that. So when someone tells you that, like, it sounds good, you know, it almost sounds believable because they're calling you their queen, their baby every single day, and you kind of start to, like, believe them. Like, you believe the delusions, but you don't know that you've been love bombed. You don't know that this person is lying to you, and they don't think that you're going to leave. Like, they don't think that you're going to catch on, because it sounds really good, and why would anyone just, like, take that for granted? You know, when someone is showing up for you every day and doing things that and saying things that you want to hear, you will almost believe them. You don't see them all the time. Remember, this is like a long distance relationship kind of that we have. And so and it was so strange because one day I went to work and this guy that I was talking to was asking me about life and how life was going. And I have a lot of regulars at work and just new people that I meet, and they're really interested in us. And so this guy was asking me how things were, and I said, oh, things are really good. I'm just, you know, I don't know how we got on this topic, but I said, yeah, like, just me and my partner. Yeah, but my partner lives in so-and-so town. And then the guy, the customer, basically was like, oh, he lives in that town? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, you should probably break up with him. And, like, it went in one ear and came out the other, but I was wondering, like, why would he say something like that? Like, why would he tell me, like, I just told him I'm happy, I'm doing good, and that I'm dating someone from a town so-and-so, and then the customer tells me that I should break up with him. I didn't understand it at first. I still don't really understand how, like, that customer that didn't know anything about dude would tell me to break up with dude, you know? But eventually, in the end, I was going to have to break up with dude because dude was just playing around with me and wasting my time. So, for some reason, I just gave him too many chances, as in, like, chances to talk to me and just to try to, basically, I knew that our relationship was done, but for some reason I still let him text me. I would block him and then feel bad and unblock him, but essentially he was unblocked, right? And he said he was going to come to visit me. I told him that we need to have a real plan because I don't feel comfortable with him coming over to my house. And at that point, like, he was done. He was like, okay, fine, since you don't feel comfortable with me coming to your house, I'm not going to come at all. And I said, what do you want me to do about that? You're angry with me because I feel uncomfortable with you coming to my house. I haven't seen this dude in weeks. In like a month, I haven't seen him. The stranger I met, I haven't seen him in months. And so for me to say I don't want you to come to my house, I think we need to get an Airbnb or make an arrangements for me to come to your town or something, he gets upset with me. And so ever since I literally sent the shrug shoulder emoji, and that was the last thing we've said to each other. Yeah. Days have gone by and we haven't said a word to each other, so I feel like the feelings are definitely mutual. We don't want to talk to each other. He played with me, basically. He had no intent of marrying me like he said he did. He had no intent of loving me like he said he did. I think he just wanted to meet up with a girl and have fun with her and just lead her along. I don't really know what's going up with men these days. Like, what is up with y'all? On your deathbed, you're gonna have a girl in your face and you're gonna be telling her that you're gonna marry her, damn well knowing that you are in your deathbed. Like, why do you men do that? You make the girl actually believe that you like her because you're saying these things, but you're doing the opposite. Someone help me understand why men are like this. Can some men please can someone help me understand why would a person say that they want all these things with you, want a future with you, and then like proof with their actions that they actually don't. They want to gaslight you, make you believe that you're crazy. They want to love bomb you until you're crazy. Like, I don't understand. I am done with dating apps. I'm not going back on there. People are love bombing on there, okay? They think that they're doing something for real. Let me breathe. I am done with dating apps. I'm deleting them all. I think you should too. If you've tried dating apps before, I don't even know. I have no recommendations. I would just say go out in the real life and try to meet people. But even in the real life, there's crazy people out there. So I don't even know. This guy really led me to believe that he was a really good guy, because I barely talk to people guys for that long. Once I realize that you're not really a good person, I'm done talking to you. You're freakish, you're like kind of stalkerishy, like I'm done talking to you. But this guy, he seemed so normal. He said all the right things. Remember, this is a long distance type of relationship, so I didn't really get to see his everyday actions. I just knew that he was a nice guy and that he was super friendly, and I felt like I can trust him. And he would always say that I had to trust him and that I could trust him. And so I tried to. But it didn't go very well. So hopefully the story helps somebody to see the warning signs of love bombing, okay? And how someone perfect can be not so perfect. Do not go and meet someone off a dating app at an Airbnb for the first time as a hangout. That was my mistake number one. I don't even think I've done that before, but that's crazy how it was so comfortable to do that. Please don't do that. Please don't go and meet someone you meet online at an Airbnb. It's not like a good thing to do if you want to try to get into a relationship with them. I can see now how this guy probably thought like, ooh, this girl seems easy. But I'm not. Like, I'm really not. I literally thought that this guy was genuine. I thought he was going to be my new boyfriend. We were talking like months prior. So I genuinely thought this was going to be my man's. And yeah, he did all the right things at first. Always texting me, FaceTime me all the time. And then when it stopped, that's when I knew something was going on. I still to this day don't even know what the heck was going on, but it just doesn't feel right. You can feel it in your gut when something is wrong, even if you don't have all the connecting dots. Just trust your gut, ladies, and don't be like me. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. That was it. That is how I met a guy. He loved on me and left me high and dry on my birthday. If you guys enjoyed this video and want some more story times, I definitely do have more. This was like the most minor, lightest type of story that I have. I don't really know how, crazy I can go, because I don't know if you guys even want these videos. If you do, then please like and comment and share and request for me to make some more like storytime videos. I would love to make some more storytime videos for you guys, because I do have some crazy stories. Like I said, it's crazy out in this world, and it's crazy out here. Be safe and do right by people. So yeah, stay safe, do right by people, do right by yourself, and mind your business. I'm not doing dating apps ever again, okay? Cancel. It's done. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one.